Thanks so much. Press forward. I'm going to try my best. Thanks so much for having me, guys, and thanks so much for coming, of course. I'm a bit of a diva, so I got this chair, you see? I actually wanted to start off with asking you to sit back. Well, not if you want on one of those blocks, not too far away. Sit back, relax, and if you like, well, just actually go for it. Close your eyes, if you will. Maybe we can even dim the lights a bit for extra atmosphere. Don't worry, I've got this amazing new second-hand phone. I'm not going to steal yours. Nothing illegal is going to happen. I'm not going to touch you. You'll be fine. Just, well, if you listen to what I say. So close your eyes. I've got so many things in my hands. Just sit back and relax. Now go back in time to early this morning. The alarm goes off. You wake up. What's the first thing you do? Grab your phone, maybe? It's the second thing I do. I usually grab my man first and then grab my phone. But immediately after that, I just, have a look at the screen. You're out of bed, you get up, and then have breakfast. What does it consist of? Maybe granola, porridge, bread? You make it, you eat it. You read a newspaper maybe, or chat to your family members or housemates. Then you go and take a shower. Feel the hot stream on your body and remember how you washed yourself. Okay, well, maybe not collectively go too far into this image, maybe. And you then end up in front of your wardrobe. See what you then saw. Try to realise why you made certain choices. Did you want to wear this dress because of the gorgeous colours? Because of the soft texture of the fabric? Did you choose this shirt because it's flattering? Were there a lot of doubts? Did you throw items around, or did you know instantly? What kind of accessories or socks did you need? On what basis did you design today's gear? That bloody event at Eyskoot already starts at 7, so do you need a day-to-night outfit, maybe? Now put it on. Feel how your hands and arms went through the garment, how you stuck your legs in your jeans. You check yourself out in the mirror. Looking good. Now we could go, of course, through the whole day, but let's just fast forward a bit, or we'll be here for a long time. You leave to come here. What do you need? What do you need when you leave? You need your phone, of course, again, your keys, your wallet, a nice bag, even a man bag maybe for the boys. You pick a coat. Which one? Is it going to be warm? Will it rain again? Who knows? And now you're here. How do you feel? Is your outfit tight? Loose? How does the fabric touch your skin? Can you make up buttons or a belt or elastics maybe? Maybe you have your phone in your pocket, glasses on your nose, or a cup of coffee in your hand, or something stronger. Are you happy with what you're wearing? Does it make you feel gorgeous? And what do you know about your clothes? Do you know where they came from? Do you know what they're made of? Or who made them? How do these clothes determine who you are and how we see you here today? And of course, how do all the products you've brought with you and consumed and used or bought all day today, what do they say about you? Open your eyes again if you like, or you can just, of course, leave them closed. That's fine by me. And have a look at your own clothes. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold. Or mine, of course. I spent some time this morning in front of my wardrobe because, of course, I wanted to look good for you guys. And that's all right. There's always a bit of a challenge. because I've got, oh, look at that, it's my lovely assistant, Mark. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
One more.
Well, you saved everyone's night, I guess, because that wasn't fun to listen to. I was in front of my wardrobe this morning trying to decide what I would wear to look great for you guys, and that's always a bit of a struggle because I've got 182 items, 16 bags and 12 pairs of shoes. So, and then you never sort of know what to wear. You might recognise that. I singled out fashion a bit in the sort of the route that we went in our heads for the way that we spent our morning, because it's so personal. You can now, at this moment, you can feel, the material on your skin, and it's also always such a personal thing to wear, but we've only gone through like 15 minutes of our morning routine, and we've already encountered a bed. We started in bed with, of course, linen and cushions and pillows and lots of things. Then we had an alarm clock, a phone, various breakfast ingredients, cutlery, of course, plates, a newspaper. We went under the shower, where, of course, we had care products and soap. The wardrobe with so many things in it. We, of course, looked in the mirror. There were socks, accessories, bags, man bags, belts, keys, so many things. And that's just like 10 minutes in your morning. So many things, so much stuff, all produced using materials, ingredients, resources, and then made into products by people, by citizens, by hand. So much stuff. So I was talking about how much stuff we use and own and how they're not just growing from a tree, but all produced by people using materials, and all of that has such an impact on the world we live in. Such an amazing impact. All these choices, everything that we buy or use impacts the lives of the people who make them, and also, of course, the environment we live in. A small example, for instance, before you put on your clothes this morning, 86 people had already touched them. Do you want it? Okay. So 86 people had already touched your clothes, also your underwear, 85% of which was a woman. And that's all about, of course, the people growing the cotton, for instance, sewing, weaving, stitching. But then if you also count everyone who was included in the design or the marketing or the stores, up to 170 people are needed to make sure that this garment or your sweater or your jeans ended up into your wardrobe. I mean, we here are not with enough to create one single like baby romper little, mini thingy. That's an amazing amount of people and citizens really who go into that. And I think it's quite fascinating that not only are so many people involved, but also a lot of countries. A regular fashion item has already visited 4 to 5 countries before it comes here. Going to lots of places that we've never been to and never will go, probably, because all the stitching and weaving and everything happens in different countries. So that's like a world traveller. And well, I'd like to be my garment, really, and see all those places. I think many of you know, I'm just showing you some random sustainable fashion items. Many of you probably know a lot about the working conditions of the people who make our clothes, or the people who make our phone, or let's say the amount of pressure that the mass food production puts on our environment. We sort of know a little bit about the problems with that, so I'm not going to go into that, but just maybe for now say, not good. It's not good. And that really bothers me. It really bothers me, and it has done for a long time already. Really I think I've been working in sustainable fashion and lifestyle for about 15 years now. And I think for me, I've always been fascinated by clothes and by, it's nice to look good, but I was always very much appalled by the exploitation of the world, of our animals, of people. So that's always been something that I felt really, really, strongly about. And I've been working for the Clean Clothes Campaign, an organisation to improve working conditions in the global garment industry, for about 8 to 10 years. And I've travelled to lots of countries, from Thailand to Bangladesh to Bulgaria, Turkey, lots of countries, to visit factories and work with the workers to improve their lives, really. And that for me has been such an, let's say, important experience to really feel how other people in the world live, and of course how privileged we are, because it's so random, you know. I'm born here in Amsterdam. Well, I wish I was. A little village, 20 minutes away from here. But that is, of course, so different from being born in Dhaka in Bangladesh, for instance. If I was born there, I would be sewing your clothes. And now I'm here in an amazing, fancy, gorgeous hotel with, you know, nice snacks and beers and talking to you about it. So, you know, it's all to do with chance. I've been given everything when I was born here. You know, there's women's rights here in a good environment, and you know, we have an amazing living standard, and of course there's poverty and there's problems, but you know, I feel I've been given so much. Did I touch something again? I probably did. Let
me give you the mic back.
Oh my God.
One more try.
One more. Maybe someone else should hold it so I can't touch anything. Oh, that's so much better. Oh my God. So for me, that's been a really life-changing experience. And that also made me, for instance, start Mint, which is a trade show in Amsterdam, here in Rise City Centre, to make sure that brands who do it differently, sustainable fashion and lifestyle brands, actually get into the stores. I also give a lot of lectures, do brand consultancy and workshops, but what I find always really important is to try and help everyone who wants to buy and live more sustainably as well. Because for me, the real reason why I do most of the things I do is to try and really connect with what is needed, what people really ask for. And I get so many questions every day about where can I find, you know, brands that do it better? What can I look out for? What can I do? So I thought I'd write a book about it. It's this one. Here I am reading my own book. It's that good, you see. This is actually for a magazine cover, but oh look, Robin's showcasing it. Hello, that's Robin, showcasing my book. It's in Dutch, I'm afraid. Only, I'm sorry about that, but it contains, well, most of the things I know about sustainable fashion and what you can do and what you can look out for. You can buy it here. It's $19.95, but you don't have to, because I also created this, which is a free app, also called Talking Dress, which contains all the stores and brands I think are amazing and I would recommend to you if you were my friend. Well, of course we are, all you are my friends. So don't expect everything there is in that app. There's definitely not everything, that's just the things that I think are good and cool. So I thought, okay, I've done that. I've answered all the questions, I can go on holiday now or do something else. And then more questions started coming in. So, okay, we've done fashion, now what do you think about, for instance, skincare products? Or what about food? Or how do you feel about flying and travelling? Right. Okay, so that's why you're now listening to, for me, the most underprepared lecture I've ever given in my life. Because I'm writing a new book. It's called This is a Good Guide for a Sustainable Lifestyle, and the deadline's in 10 days. I'm actually writing a big part of it here in Eyskoot, and it's not only about fashion, it's about food, it's about beauty products and care, it's about living, working, leisure, everything. And I thought I'd give you a sneak peek at the cover. So this is not out yet, so please don't take a picture or tell anyone you saw this, not that you want to, it's not that amazing, but my publisher's going to kill me if I showed this to anyone before it's out, because of course we need to make this whole hoo-ha about revealing it, but you've already seen it. So this is it. It looks like it's huge now, but of course it's a cover, so it has boundaries. It will be published in Dutch first, but then also in English later next year. And each chapter has my top tips on the subject, but also the best brands and stores, so a guide with lots of Amsterdam brands and stores in it too. And also interviews with amazing and inspiring people. So Granola for Gangsters in it. Are you here, Sarah? Oh, well, you know, she's in it, she's still cool, she's not here, so it's a bit less cool, but no, she's amazing. Azoka's in it, of course, and Centenary is also in it, so you can see how great this book will be because of all those people. I thought I would give you one small tip from each chapter, so you don't have to wait till, you know, next year. And even you've got, you know, you don't have to buy it, you'll be fine without it. So I thought I'd give you a couple of tips from what's in it. So, about fashion, of course, buying a lot of cheap clothes is more expensive than buying more expensive ones, because you have to keep buying so many of them because you can't use them that long that in the end you spend more. But why buying at all? We own so much clothes, there's even more jeans in the world than people, and we only use 20% of what we wear or own, really, 80% of the time. So there's so much, let's say, spare clothes that we should maybe share. So here in Amsterdam, you're very lucky to have the fashion library called Lena the Fashion Library in the Westerstraat. I see some nodding, which is perfect. You should really try it. You can borrow fashion like books. It's amazing. But also, of course, if you can borrow some sugar from your neighbour, why not just go over and, you know, say, I really love your jeans. Can I borrow it? Or, I mean, you know, we can borrow stuff from each other and share. I can see some sharing going on there already. That's really good. The next chapter is about care products and about caring for yourself. And in average, in a single day, we use 12 products containing 168 chemicals. 60% of what you put on your skin actually gets into your blood and your nerve system. And most of the regular care products contain petroleum oil, really, which sort of puts a layer on your skin and also makes sure that it dehydrates. So that only has the quality that it makes you use more and more. It doesn't really do anything. It's a real scandal. It's a real scheme. So please stop putting oil on your skin and use natural care products, what you can find in all the amazing, natural health stores that we have, but also C Cosmetics and amazing brands like Sarah Rosalie. They may cost you a bit more when you buy it, but they actually do something and you need less. So quality over quantity would be my top tip, definitely. We were talking about showering. If you shower 2 minutes less a day, you will save €55 a year, which, if you turn 70, that's quite a lot. And, you can share a shower, we can share clothes, we can share showers, right? Or share cars. Cars don't do anything for 95% of the day. So, especially in Amsterdam, you don't want to use your car so much. Food, oh my God. We throw away 50 kilograms of food per person per year. So let's say we're here with 70 people, that's 3,500 kilograms of food each year. A third of the entire food production in the world gets wasted, and half of that is done by us. So we need to stop doing that, really, we need to stop doing that. And I've got lots of tips in the book for how. For instance, stop putting tomatoes in the fridge, those kinds of things. But also in Amsterdam, we have so many amazing places that really help you with making sure everything we are producing gets eaten. For instance, in Stok and Geefcafé, amazing restaurants that cook with what supermarkets would otherwise throw away. Or Taste Before You Waste, amazing volunteers who collect all the waste food and then give them to refugee centres. They always need volunteers, so if you like to work on that, definitely check them out, they're amazing. And of course, travel. Very important, I think, here today, and also when you look at Centenary and the next speaker. Travelling is amazing. Travelling, what we do if we would never go somewhere. Still, it's something to think about, because, going to Brazil on holiday, for instance, has half of the entire carbon dioxide emission of one family. So everything you would do is definitely sort of down the drain if you travel like that once. So we need to think about that a bit more, especially with cheap flying tickets and stuff. Have you seen everything in Amsterdam yet? Every single hotel, every park, every museum, or even in the Netherlands? It only rains here 4% of the time. So 96% of the time it's dry. It's actually quite cool here. We are so lucky to live in Amsterdam or in the Netherlands even. There are so many stores, so many brands, so many initiatives that try to make you feel better instead of ruining you and the world. So if you'd maybe like to sort of close us off, close your eyes again. Have a good think of what we just talked about. If you want to, you can also start thinking about something else, or groceries or stuff, that's fine. But if you want to, maybe think about what we just talked about. Maybe there was something in particular that struck you, or that you found interesting or fascinating, or that was personal to you. Maybe there's something that you want to promise the people who produce all the stuff that you own and use all day. Maybe there's a resolution that you might want to make. One thing, though, is very important to me that I want to share with you. Please don't let the great be the enemy of the good. You don't have to become an instant saint. I'm not. I eat a lot of chocolate and there goes a lot of water into producing a bar. That's fine. You don't have to be perfect to do wonderful things. Small steps also lead to a more sustainable world, especially if we take them all together. So pick something you enjoy that fits your style. Maybe you'd like to start with one thing this evening. Shall we agree on that? One thing. For instance, maybe you'd like to shop in a different way, buy less second-hand or even borrow, or maybe you want to buy sustainable brands or choose quality over quantity. Maybe you'd like to use less chemicals, shower shorter, share a shower, waste less food, take a break in Amsterdam. Every time you spend money, you say, I like and I agree with what you do. You're an amazing brand, and here is my money to enable you to continue this way. Maybe you'd like to ask questions and demand as a customer that your favourite brands improve. Choose one thing. Or two, of course, or three. All of them. And enjoy. Have fun, guys. We're here, of course, to enjoy life, to have fun with it, and not throw it away, right? Thank you so much.